we have established a narrative on the show that
Sexy.
Zhang Xing is a bit full of himself.
He doesn't accept the ranking that he gets. He like throws it away.
It goes from being like, I just need to rehearse on my own, to being like, and I need to work on my
Creative expressions. No, learn
Babe.
the dance first.
Babe, that's
Learn the
detail work
choreography.
that we do at the end. Welcome back to another episode of Boys Love Boys to Planet. As always, I'm Adam.
I'm RJ. Welcome back.
Welcome back. We're recapping episode 4 this week. Sorry for the bit of the delay, but here we are. Should we have so many to go through.
We just have to go through all the performances.
Plot twist team 2.
Plot twist team 2.
Okay, we've
Good.
got Jun Lee Jung, Choi Liu, Jang Han-eum, Kang Woo-jin, Yi Chen, Arctic, Chung Sang-hyun, and Kim Dong-hyun B.
Dongbi.
Dongbi.
Okay.
Here's the tea.
Here's the tea on
with
this one.
group.
This one it was kind of piping. Pretty piping.
Pretty piping. So Yi Chen had gotten the killing part in the
Yes.
previous episode.
Yes.
And he is not practicing. He is not there. He is leaving. He is left. Yi Chen has left the
It
building.
is so interesting because they keep showing him like leaving and like the whole thing is like, where's Yi-chen? Where's Yi-chen?
Mm-hmm.
It feels like he's like, I don't know.
It's
weird
crazy
that they
there's
don't have
no
no
explanation.
footage of
No.
where he goes. Because I would believe it'd be like him leaving to like practice.
Mm-hmm.
But then he would come back and still don't know his parts.
Him leaving to pee.
Look, maybe he had a bad shellfish.
Listen, sometimes you have a raw oyster.
Yeah.
And it doesn't go the way you want to go, okay?
Maybe that's why his whole thing is that he keeps disappearing.
Yeah.
And when it's time to do their midpoint, which, basically
the mid-afternoon
the
point.
mid-afternoon point, which is basically like 5 hours later, they're like, okay, it's time to do the midpoint.
It's time to
on the first day.
It's time to present me a fully fledged routine, mamas.
He didn't know any of the words or the...
It's frustrating because
or the
on
dance.
one hand, I think the interim check-in is such a
Interim.
useless feature, especially if it truly is, this is 6 hours after they got the song.
Yeah.
Right? If that's true,
That they do check in then.
that's when all of the most of
The
the
masters,
check-ins
yeah.
are filmed is
Mhm.
then like it's you're just doing it for the show.
Yeah, you're just
You're
getting
just doing it
footage
for the
for the show.
narrative.
Because you have, the next 5 days to actually work on it?
Because I am a person
3.
who takes a while to like retain information.
Mm-hmm.
Because I have-
when you pick up choreography, it takes a while for you. All the dancing you do.
Oh yes, am I well
Huh?
I thought of 6 things to say and all of them tried to come out of my mouth at once and I was like, oh no. Nope. But like in order to retain information, you actually have to sleep.
Yeah.
This is like a fact. That's when your brain moves the information from your short-term memory into your long-term memory.
Okay.
Through the hippocampus. Okay.
And I studied there, honey.
On the hippocampus?
Yeah, I went to the hippocampus and they said you were the valedictorian, honey.
Honey, you were the hippo in
You were,
charge.
honey.
Thank you.
Why would you say that?
So anyway, I think I just always am like, it's just television.
The ideas
We're
of
just watching TV.
Yes, the ideas of breaks, I feel like is such a thing that they will like really key on if it's like there's one person that like chooses not to.
Keon's in a later song.
No, that's Rion. First
Oh,
of all.
sorry.
There's at least 6 performances we have to talk about.
7. There's 7. Because we only saw 3 last week. In a 2.5-hour episode, we saw 3 performances.
And in a 2-hour episode, we saw
7. Make it make sense.
Make it make
sense,
sense,
girls.
Yeah, I mean, I don't fully believe that like Yi Chen was doing it in nefarious reasons. So like, I don't want to work.
Right.
but it also is not a good look.
No,
sis.
it's not a good
When,
look.
especially if you know, even if it is okay, if the midpoint is the first 5 hours, you know for 5 hours they're going to film the out of you.
Here's the thing,
And then
when
the masters will
cameras are
see it.
on,
When the cameras are on,
there's always cameras. Okay,
That's true,
right?
that's true,
There's
that's
always
true.
cameras.
that's true.
But when there's the
cameras.
big cameras with the guys holding the cameras, let's be on our best
Best
behavior. I think so much of this, the unsaid part of the show that I actually think is really fascinating, and we will have to talk about this later with Kill the Romeo, is that an idol, a pop star idol, specifically in K-pop, is a person that has to be effectively flawless.
Yeah.
That is, you are the ideal on every front.
Yeah.
You are the perfect singer, dancer, model, person. You
And
are
then also like
perfect.
perfect personality too.
Perfect personality.
Yeah.
You can have different personalities. Like
Yes.
you can be more funny, you can be quieter, you can be whatever. But you are
the
supposed
perfect
to
version
be
of that.
completely humble, like never selfish. A criteria of things. So all of this is just to reinforce. All of these packages are less about like who, whatever, blah blah blah, who's doing well, who's good, because that's all the performance itself.
Yeah,
like
you'll see that.
Allegedly, the audience is gonna tune in and be like, "Oh, they're good, they're good,
Yeah,
they're good.
yeah,
I'll
yeah.
vote for them." They don't do that, but they're supposed to. This whole process of watching all this is so we can discern like, oh, are they also good people?
Yeah.
And that can mean many different
things for different people.
That can mean like, are they
Good
a good
worker.
leader?
Yes,
Are they a
good
hard
leader.
worker? Are
Friendly.
they like friend? Yep.
Yep.
Are they worried about a rose too much? Like many things can happen, right? So weirdly, I do think it starts out being like, oh, Yi Chen's selfish, and there's like a little bit of friction there with Lee Jung, who's the leader.
Yeah.
But then they like just give the
story to yes.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
they give the killing part to Choi Liu because they're like, I think Leo's actually he's picking it up really quickly.
I think he could do it.
I think he could do it. I think he should do it.
Yeah.
So Lee Jung says that he does it, and then the story kind of turns into like Lee Jung and Liu.
When you're the best of friends. Yeah.
Like Lee Jung like saying that Liu is a fast learner, and then Liu like proving himself, and then the Yi Chen thing
Yi
is
Chen-
dropped.
It's dropped.
It doesn't
is
show-
never solved.
He's not like mad. There's one point of tension where he's like, I feel like we need to be doing like daily goals, and Lee Jung was like, we can't even get to daily goals. We need to get memorized first.
Yeah, that was a really
That was
fascinating
really weird.
conversation because I was like, you're both saying
You're both the same thing, but you're not agreeing.
Correct.
But
It
they
was
do
very
show.
weird.
Here's the thing that I do appreciate. They do show that Lee Jung later that night was like, that was. I felt bad that I was doing that or like saying that. We weren't seeing eye to eye. I feel like he probably feels a type of way. He goes to see him and like says like, because you're the only Sea Planet trainee, I don't want you to feel that like you're being
singled out. Yeah.
So I was like, that's the part of I'm watching a dating show right now. Better late than single. Better late than single. And the thing that they like,
We just took a dramatic
Well, I'm
left
just
turn.
saying,
I'm
like-
eager to see where this goes.
because in these like shows where you get to see like a real person, kind of like
Oh, okay.
one of the things that the panelists in that show have really appreciated is that yes, people make mistakes or like in the heat of the moment will do something, but it's the are they able to see that they did that and are able to either apologize or like make amends or like
This is the Matthew Hanbin situation
This is the Matthew Hanbin.
from the end of Boys Planet.
Yeah.
When Matthew was like,
say my name.
yeah, the Say My Name drama.
Where he was like, oh, sorry, I didn't realize I was being like,
Now the problem is that a lot of the times they never give them a chance to have a redemption.
That's
Mnet.
true.
In
They
the
may-
editing,
That's true.
never.
They may have the footage, and they may have happened,
Sure.
but like it just we're at the mercy of what they want to
And maybe
show
they
us.
don't, right? Like people are completely complex in many different ways, and even your favorite person in the world has been at least once in their life.
Yeah.
So like maybe there is. I'm not saying that that's what's happening with Yi-Chen, but like it's weird because of this episode,
Yeah.
it is initially framed as being like, oh, Yi-Chen's not a team player.
Yes.
But then like it's not pushed enough to
It's
make
not
it a
pu-
problem.
No, it's so
that it's just kind of
fascinating.
like whittles away.
The problem ends up being from Lee-jung's perspective of like, maybe I'm not being a good, considerate leader.
Yeah, it's very interesting.
It's interesting. It's still framing
Because
it
it's
in a-
not framed as like, oh, Yi-Chen's bad.
Yeah.
There is for sure a villain that this show wants you to believe is like
absolutely.
a horrible person.
Absolutely.
We'll talk about that.
Yeah. But yeah.
Okay.
Okay, what did you think about this performance? Because I think out of all of that, because of all that hullabaloo, I was like, well, now I want to pay attention. And also, this is the group that is like, this could be the one that can beat a bigger
They could
ranked
do
team.
they could do the damn thing.
Uh-huh. So what did you think of this performance?
I thought this was okay. For sure a performance for me.
Yeah.
I thought they all looked the part.
They all look like
They
the
all
Twas.
look
They
like
are in
they're-
Twas concept.
They're Twas concept for sure. They are cute patooties. They do a great job. They're all together.
Mhm.
There's no problems. If I was to pick either team,
Uh-huh.
I feel like this is the team you pick because you're like, oh, they're all on an even playing field.
Yeah.
They feel like a cohesive team.
Yes, it's
blah,
a
blah, blah,
cohesive
blah.
team, yeah.
The other team I think was more interesting.
Exciting, interesting.
Because there were peaks and valleys.
yeah.
Meaning not necessarily like skill
Not like
level,
mhm.
but like some people were I don't know. I just thought like
The
other
individualities of the other group came through a lot more
Correct.
than this group.
this one for sure just seems like you would turn on this video if this group like performed the song. You'd turn it on and be like, well, that was perfectly
that was
pleasant.
great.
And there is nothing about it that would lead you to be like, I have to find out more about this
Yes,
group.
yeah.
There's no factor that pulls you in.
In
I
the
think
other,
Leo does a great job.
yeah,
And I actually have like,
I thought Leo did a really great job.
I think Leo does a great job. I think Lee-jung is my personal favorite
Okay,
in this
okay.
number. He really is giving me Kim Taehyun vibe.
I
or
know he is.
Kang Taehyun
Kang Taehyun.
vibes.
Terry.
In a not in like looks, just like the energy,
energy.
is so
Very eager.
It's so eager.
Yeah.
It's so right there.
My favorite was Kang Woo-jin. I thought Kang Woo-jin was my favorite.
Jin, amazing.
I mean, like, straight out of
Vocals.
Twas casting.
Mhm.
Yes. Great.
You know
great
who
vocal.
my second favorite was? Yi-Chen.
Oh, wow.
I hate to
okay.
tell you, girl. He really ate it up.
He's a little short king.
He's a little short king. He knows how to do cute.
Yes. Oh, totally.
He sounds great. He has like 2 lines.
I need
not
to
not a ton, but
The few times that I caught him, he did feel like he was like out. He was not with everyone, like dancing wise. Like he was either a little off, either a little late or a little early.
I noticed that with Woojin.
Oh, interesting, interesting.
But I think Woojin, because he's
Because
taller,
he's so tall.
he has so much more arm to throw.
Yeah, totally. And I think Hanum does a really good job too, vocals wise.
Hanum, the vocals sound great.
They sound like real vocals.
There's no weak link in
There's
this group.
no.
When
truly
when
not.
the end of the episode happens and the reveal is that they beat the other team, it makes sense.
It makes sense,
because
totally.
they're all very good.
Yeah. But your personal favorite.
Lee-jung.
Okay, but your favorite team is
If I'm voting team, if I'm doing the
yeah.
because what was the question? The question was the team good? It wasn't pick one or the other. It was, did you like this team? Did you like this team? They had to vote yes or no.
I mean, that's
basically.
it. I liked both. Teams.
I would have voted yes
I
for
would've voted yes for-
everything performed
exactly.
today. This is why I'm a useless audience.
I
member
know.
for these shows.
So that's why, like, if we
If I had
pick
to
one
pick
person and
between
pick
the
one
two.
team, yeah.
If I had to pick between the two, I'm picking this team. I think
You pick whose team?
the team, this team,
This
team
one.
2.
Yeah, I know.
If I picked a singular performer,
Uh-huh.
it's Jung Hyun-jun.
Yeah, Jung Hyun-jun.
Yeah.
I mean, like, it was Jung Hyun-jun
no
and friends.
no shade to Liu. He does
No
great.
shade to Trey Liu. He really did.
Really does great.
He reminded me of a Universe League Sojung storyline or narrative where it's like
sure.
he started not great or just like really green,
Mm-hmm.
but he keeps improving.
Mm-hmm.
And I just think because he's third in the votes, we have to start kind of massaging Liu as part of this group, I think. It feels inevitable to me.
Okay, interesting.
And so I think the show is trying to do that
honestly, at this point in this show, nothing feels inevitable. Everything feels like we are...
anything could happen?
Sangwon, I feel like, feels inevitable.
Sangwon feels the most
Joan
inevitable.
Shin feels inevitable.
Those two feel the most inevitable.
Those two feel
I don't know
the
about
most
anyone
inevitable.
else.
No one else.
No.
Like, I feel like last year it was like... I guess we're only through the first mission.
Right,
I just
right.
keep conflating it because we watched everything. So... At this point, we hadn't even had the first elimination yet. So
Yeah,
I guess I
exactly.
don't truly know what I thought. I mean, like, for sure, probably we all thought Sung Han-bin... I don't even know if we really did think Zhang Hao at this point.
Well, I think we did because the big takeaway from the first round in Boys Planet was Kill This Love G Group. So
That's true.
it was fully Zhang Hao.
That's true. And he had a
Was
great
the
leader
star.
narrative in that story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was Zhang Hao, and then like the good team overall was backdoor.
But I felt like even at this point, it was like, oh, I think Kim Jung, I think Sung Han-bin, I think Matthew, I think Yoojin. Because the show
was telling stories that
pushing
felt-
those narratives
yeah.
really hard.
Totally.
Maybe not Kim Jung. That was more personal.
Maybe not.
But he
Jiyoung.
was like constantly at the top of the vote. He was always
right.
We haven't even had an elimination yet. I don't even know why I'm bringing this up. I just think like
Just trying to
feels
see
like the waters are so much less clear this time.
Yeah, I know.
Let's go to Rising Sun. Let's visit our friends at TVXQ.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Tongmang Shige.
We've got Team 2 goes first.
Uh-huh.
This is Kim Dong-yoon,
Yes.
Aoshi, Yusen, Jiang Fan, Bian Xiu, Yom Ye-chan, Taiga, and Jang Tae-yoon.
So Dong-yoon picked this group,
Uh-huh.
but he is the leader,
Uh-huh.
and he's having a hard time.
He's got some troubles
Yeah.
brewing. First, okay, this is another one where like something happens and then goes nowhere.
I know.
Jiang
They
Fan-
leave it unresolved for us to
so
be like, are they
weird.
going to get through it?
But like, that isn't the question. Anyway, Jiang Fan, the episode starts
Our
and like
beloved Jiang Fan.
I think it was Taiga has like an idea about the choreo
Yes.
or whatever, so he manually starts shifting people. Jiang Fan feels like he's like, I'm being shifted to the
Right.
back. Blah 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 blah. It's also hard because he's not like
He's not speaking Korean.
fluent in
Right.
Korean, obviously, so there's like a bit of a language barrier issue. He like cries off in the corner. This is when Dong-yoon, now we pivot the narrative to being like, oh, Dong-yoon is like having a hard time as leader because it's a
Yes.
lot harder. He's alone. Obviously Lee-hyuk left
Lee-hyuk left his other member in Drippin.
dripping.
So
He dripped right on out of here.
yeah. So because now like he's the only one that's debuted, I think, in this group. Like
Yeah.
they made him leader, and it's a lot harder.
But he rises to the occasion. He
stays up all
memorizes
night,
his
yeah,
formations
to
at
help.
night. And in the self-evaluation, they're like, teamwork is really commended.
Yeah.
Which is good.
Yeah. Okay, so what did you think of this performance?
I thought it was a performance that I watched.
Okay.
Okay, spoiler alert
Mhm.
for the end of the episode. This is the lowest ranked performance on
On all 10.
of all 10, both in individual scoring
And team
totals
scoring?
and team scoring. This is the lowest ranked performance.
I don't think that's right.
I don't,
Personally, I don't think it's the worst. I don't think it's 10th place.
Do you think Kill the Romeo Team 2 is worse? That's the worst one.
I think so.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't even say this is the worst. I don't know.
It's weird because I feel like the S-Class performances were completely forgetable.
That's
It
why
was
I'm
also
saying
a full week ago,
It was
and a
also
million
full-
things have happened since
Yes, yeah.
then. I'm a new person since then.
I would rank this higher than the S classes.
I agree that the killing part of this song, which is again funny because the killing part is where we're like, what are we talking about? Killing part?
Yeah.
The killing part of it's so funny because what were they on? Zero Base One just did like a video where they had to like explain K-pop terms.
Oh yes, yeah.
I don't know who
It was
was
just
for,
an interview, yeah.
but it was from some whatever. It doesn't matter who it was for, but one of them was what's a killing part, and it was like whatever's like the main point, the highlight of the song. So either choreography or like a vocal note.
So
And
it's
I'm like,
ephemeral.
it's a vibe. It's a vibe. Because obviously Yusen has the killing part of the song, which is
Yeah.
the high note. High notes.
So for
There's
this
like
song,
3.
yeah.
It's
So
crazy.
for this, so for Rising Sun, the killing point is the main vocal part.
No, I'm saying.
No, I'm saying yeah.
I would say yes.
Yeah.
That is the point that you
But
remember.
I'm trying
in
to
the song.
remember. Is it? Were they the assigned killing point?
It's weird because I almost
don't
just wish they
think
would just
so.
say center.
Yeah, I think that's what it's.
But then, like,
But
I
the
agree.
center is an actual position when they're in formation too, so it's also kind of ephemeral.
It's all stupid. It's all stupid. I hate this conversation. Who was your fave?
I mean, so because Aoshi was killing point,
Oh, she was killing point. Yes.
killing part,
Killing part.
and I really thought he did a great job. He was very stable.
thought he was good.
I thought
Yeah.
he was good. Jiang Fan ate this first
Thank you.
Jiang Fan ate this opening vocal.
When they show his score later and he only got like 60 votes or whatever, I wanted to throw a rock. Listen, he was up against Andrew, who,
Andrew Han,
spoiler alert, is
who
my other
is
number.
also so good. They both killed this opening line.
They
both killed
this
this
is a
opening
Han
line.
Fan stan account.
This is a Han. Yes, it's a Han. Yeah, Hani and Fani.
In this home, we
stan
Han
Han
Fan.
Fan.
Okay?
Andrew
That's
Han, Jiang Fan.
Andrew Han and Jiang Fan.
Absolutely.
Please, get on board. They're
Jiang Fan
great.
ate this walk. He looked like a star.
He sounds like a second gen idol.
He sounded like Jae-chung. He looked like a star. He
It's
was
so
he
good.
is a star. He was so good in this opening line.
I hate that we are sleeping on him. He is an idol.
He's an idol. Why isn't
Look at it.
hello
Look at
everyone?
watch that performance again. You'll be like, well, there's an idol. That's
Yeah.
an idol. Anyway.
I think he's gonna get another moment. I do think he's gonna make top 48. Oh God. It makes me sick just thinking about if he doesn't. But I think Aoshi does a really good job too.
I think Aoshi does a good job. I obviously think Kim Dong-yoon does a good job.
But they were really the only memorable ones.
They were the only memorable ones. I don't think okay. I understand that there would be a lot of consternation about Yusen
Yeah.
and these notes.
It didn't sound good in the first one, but it sounded better in the second half.
Correct.
Which is not what I would
I
say
think-
in the other two.
I think I liked his listen, we're choosing between a rock and a hard place.
Yes.
Okay.
The two main vocals of both teams.
We're choosing between a bad or worse option.
Yes.
Either way
they were both
not good.
They were both not good. They were
And
both
for different reasons,
Yes,
right? Like
absolutely.
Sun Hung Yu was sick.
was sick.
Yusen
and
is
Yusen
15.
is 15 and like
And probably still going through puberty. So let's all cut him a little slack. Thank you very
Yusen
much.
also just like wore out. They both wore out their voices practicing this.
100%. This is why you're not supposed to do it 1,000 times. You
Yeah.
should not do that. Please take this as a word of warning. Thank you.
Yeah.
I think I would choose Yusen's vocals
Over Hungyu.
Hungyu. Even though I understand Hungyu, if Hungyu is at health, for sure Hungyu.
That would have been not even
a question.
Not even a question.
But he blew his voice out.
he blew his voice out.
So what was presented, I think I felt less cringe
less
about
scared.
Yusen's
Yeah, okay.
vocals. Let's talk about the other team. So we had Lee Dong-hun, Park Jun-il, Sun Hung Yu, Andrew, Moon Won Jun, Dang Hong Hai, Han Harry Jun, and Masato. Andrew, eat it
Andrew ate this up.
ate it right up. And again, why are we not seeing more of him? Would love to see.
Would love to see like
package.
the full story.
Would love to know anything about him more than just.
They did this whole thing like he was like obviously doing his little licks and like, you know, like really feeling herself. And they were translating the lyrics to add like extra letters. And I first thought that it was like, oh, he's mispronouncing words.
Oh, I thought it was just
they,
like typos on.
And
Vicky.
they're like, oh, they think it's adorable. But no, it's like, oh no, he's like singing his part with soul, and it's like adding extra like aspirates in the whatever. Sure. Andrew ate this up. There was one day this week where I was sick. And when I have a migraine, I just like have an earworm playing in my head over and over again.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And his part, because it was going viral on TikTok, was what was playing in my head over and over again.
He's so good.
It's so good.
The fact that it's him and Jiang Fan were my two.
I know. You picked them both, and they got this part.
I don't know who I would have picked if I had to choose between them.
Oh my God.
Oh.
I think you would have picked Jiang Fan and I would have picked Andrew.
I would have picked Jiang Fan. Yeah, we would have had an agreement.
We would have had to say, we would have been like, we're splitting the vote. We're splitting the vote. Because it's just that like R&B voice.
Oof.
Very
You have soul in your voice.
You have soul. Thank you.
Thank you.
This group had a lot more stars, I felt like.
Yes.
Harry Jun, obviously, Dance Machine, like he was so good. The
dancing was so
The dancing was really good in this one.
Which I think is the point,
was
right?
Their whole thing too.
Because
Dawn
they're
was
doing an easier choreo, so it needs to be like precise.
And Dawn, being a sergeant, he was, drilling the moves.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the only thing that I thought was interesting is I thought she did better than Park Junil.
Yeah, I thought Junil did a pretty good job.
I thought Junil was good. I'm not saying he was bad.
But I think I agree. Aoshi at least just like stole the attention a little bit more.
I think because
everyone was
the weaker.
Yes, it was a
crew
weaker
he was
crop.
With. Yeah.
Of talent.
Yeah,
I think.
The last thing I want to say is just let's never do this moment again where we have our shirts off during rehearsal. Because that's crazy.
That's crazy.
Let's not do that.
But this does give me because Harry Jun and Donghan are in this, and they give very they're very broy. It's a very broy dynamic.
I mean, the whole show.
The whole show is very broy, but specifically these two that I was like, oof.
Harry Jun looks great.
Hello. We've been you. Harry Jun. Woo!
So, okay, those are
so you are picking.
I'm picking for sure Team 1.
Yeah, Team 1. Who went second?
But I do think my favorite performance was Jiang Fan.
Wow, I think it's Andrew Han for me. And why can't we have both?
Well,
fun.
Now we turn our tables to the sad portion of the show where we have to talk about Kill the Romeo. Okay,
we gotta nip this in the bud.
Team 2 goes first. We have Chris and Yang, He Zhongxing, Kim Hyun-seo, Guo Zhen, Hong Ji-hao, Kim Dong-hyun A, Sho, and Dong Jin-kun. This is what we in the business refer to as Abama. This is not fun to watch.
This was not fun to watch. It was not good.
This is not... Are you talking about the performance or the package?
Yeah, this performance.
Oh, I'm talking about the package.
I know.
The whole thing.
Yes, the whole thing.
This entire 20 minutes, I could have done without it, to be honest. They could have just been like, here's the highlight reel of this
slowly watching a train wreck.
Oh my God.
Slowly crashing.
We have established a narrative on the show.
From
Zhongxing, the first episode, from the Sea Planet 1, okay? That
Sexy.
Zhongxing is maybe a bit full of himself. Okay, that was all I thought this was gonna be when the show started. Was that it was like, oh, he
came in with a narrative,
he thinks he's a visual.
Yes, he's come in with like a yeah.
And I thought, honestly, at first I was like, oh, but he won't have anything to back it up, right? Like he won't have any skill. I don't think he's unskilled.
I don't think he's unskilled either.
I think a lot of it is very raw still, but there's something there for sure, and he looks like that.
Yeah.
And I don't even know, I wouldn't necessarily call it sexy, but I would say he like
it's
has a
visually
very
striking.
it is a he would walk by the street and you'd be like
whiplash.
Give him whiplash, mama.
Whiplash.
Because I'd be like, did I just walk by an anime character?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that a manhwa character?
Truly.
I think the skill is there, raw skill is there, but it doesn't feel like the ways in which the show and maybe the industry of K-pop in general, the training of that skill feels like it's a match. It just doesn't. It feels like it's not a culture fit.
No, I think. Okay, he's definitely a person where someone needs to be like, if you want to do well, and maybe he doesn't want to do well, right? Maybe
he just wants to like
care.
do. Yeah, he doesn't. He just wants to like be here to be himself.
So then don't continue doing what you're doing. That's fine. If you would like to potentially do this in any capacity, because you are at this point on a public platform burning any bridge, because you at the very least are being edited to look like you
don't care,
are completely unprofessional. And at the most, you are unprofessional.
Yeah,
at the least, you're being edited that way. At the most, you actually are.
Yeah, that's true.
The truth lies somewhere in the middle.
Yeah.
I think I come down on this issue
Yeah,
more on Zhongxing's side than I do on the show.
In a more like empathetic, like I empathize with him because I think he's having a hard time.
Sure.
I understand
It's not even that. I mean, it is that. I do empathize with him to some degree. I do think he has a bunch of faults that I would find very frustrating.
Right.
I would not want to work with this person in a professional capacity at this point in time, right? Yeah. I don't think he is fully aware of what he might have signed up for or necessarily what the industry is, potentially. Mm-hmm. It seems that way. It is a bummer that this happens only to Chinese contestants on the show.
Yes.
But then you also have to remember that, like, they are the ones who have had... They're the only people on the show who have had no experience whatsoever.
Right.
Like, even the ones who have, like, on the K-Planet side are still...
That are like... They still
attached
know...
to a company. Have been attached to a company or something. Like, there's, like... They didn't come in, they didn't walk in off the street, most of them. And if they did, they're not here anymore.
Right.
The Seed Planet trainees are the only ones who still can have some kind of like non-K-pop. This may be their first foray into dealing with this kind of energy. And it is a very specific rubric.
Yeah.
Let's call it. That's a bummer.
It is.
It is a bummer that it's always Chinese trainees.
It is.
It feels bad. The worst part for me, personally, and why I feel like I end up more on his side than on the show's side, is I think in the editing, they try to make it seem like the masters are giving him every opportunity to, like, do well. Yeah. But it's not, that is not what's happening.
Yeah.
It is really, he looks, definitely in the first half of this package, it looks like he's being bullied by adults.
Right.
And I understand he is an adult as well.
Right.
Whatever. He's not a child. But it is very strange to ask someone who looks exhausted, what's up? What's going on? Are you okay? And he says no. First of all, they don't ask a question you don't want to hear the answer to, is first of all what we all should be doing.
But I have noticed that is a very Korean idol.
I don't even think it's just Korean. I think people everywhere do it.
It's the imparting
Yeah.
kind of dynamic where they like answer questions, so like they don't actually want to hear an answer.
Correct.
And so it's shocking when someone does answer because
Yes.
they're at their wits' end and they're not in the industry.
It is the exact same as when you're working at a customer service job and you say,
Mm-hmm.
how are you? And they actually say, I'm not doing well. My cat died or something. And
Yeah.
you're like,
Oh,
no. This is a greeting. How are you is not actually how are you. It is hello in another form. So that's that.
but he says no.
He says, no,
I'm not okay.
I'm not okay.
Exhausted.
I'm exhausted. And then they're like, I don't like this.
Yeah.
Well, we're all exhausted. I hate that. Why don't you? Here's a better way to say it.
Yeah.
All the other everyone
trainees.
standing there with you is also just as exhausted as you are. That feels way better than being like, what? Us back here at this little table with our Americanos, we're also super exhausted after we just had a refreshing night's sleep in our home bed. Off. I was so annoyed. Okay, that really bothered me.
Yeah.
Then we start moving into, then it feels like he is causing all of his
And then
own
he becomes his
problems.
own saboteur.
It's so bad.
Like he doesn't accept the ranking that he gets. He like throws it away, and even the crew was like, "You have to wear that. Sorry, you have to wear that." And he's like, not taking it seriously. They get to the
So you don't, this is what okay. Yes. This is where I actually do think we disagree. He shouldn't take it seriously because, as we've established,
No, I understand. I think it's the
show portrays it as being like he finds this all stupid.
yeah.
And I think in order to have a healthy mindset, he probably should.
He probably
because
totally.
this is all crazy.
Yeah. It's
He
not
like
that
tosses it off to the
I'm
side.
not saying I agree with the show that like he should do that. I'm just saying that's what is being shown. I think his quote unquote professionalism I think is more questioned when it comes down to the practicing by himself and obsessing over his part in the final rehearsal.
Yeah.
And like yelling at
the worst part is that like if he was the only person on this team that spoke Chinese, I would really give him way more benefit of the doubt. But he is quite a number of people he could talk to and be like, hey, even if like maybe he had and they didn't show it, right?
Yeah.
That's very plausible.
But he's fighting with the Chinese members.
I would love him to have been like, I really do much better rehearsing on my own. So I will rehearse with you guys, but I have to get in my own body first. But then it goes from being like, I just need to rehearse on my own to being like, and I need to work on my
creative expressions. Mama.
Babe.
No, learn
Babe.
the dance first.
Babe, that's
Learn the
detail work
choreography.
that we do
After.
at the end. At the end, mama.
I mean, I know the masters don't like him, so they're already kind of hard on him. I do think that Sakun, the vocal master, is trying.
No, I think he hates him the most.
You think
I think he hates him the most.
Honestly, they're probably editing it to make it look like he's trying because he hates him the most.
Yeah, I think it's
Probably what it is.
I think it's very clear when they have people they like and they do not like.
Oh, totally.
There's no.
I mean, Connie is like, I'm rooting for
like,
you specifically.
Yes, yeah.
But no, he is fighting with the other Chinese members about this rose.
He's sleeping during rehearsal.
He is asleep during the rehearsal. And I get it, if you're tired, you're tired, but it's like
it's anything that could have gone wrong.
I think it is meeting in the middle. There is an olive branch. There's something like the show has the ultimate power or whatever, right? I get that.
They're the power holder in the situation for sure.
But you as a person that is being shown, you can at least still say like, the olive branch is here. This is how I will compromise.
Extend the rose, maybe.
Yes, extend the rose.
Sure.
I don't know if that's there.
I don't. I feel like someone needs to like be like, sweetie,
Sweetie,
what's going on? But
Yeah.
I actually don't know if it's past that point.
Because he said, I've thought about quitting many times.
Yeah.
I've had conversations.
I don't want him to continue on the show, not for any reason other than I just don't want to watch him get bullied.
Yeah, I don't think
And I don't think it is bullying, but I do think they are really over him. And
they're not going to be...
Potentially for good reason if he
Right.
doesn't, like, cooperate really well.
Right.
You don't want to, like, cast someone in a group that is
You
going
don't
to
wanna work
do
with.
their own thing.
Right.
But on the other hand, I think the picture could have been clear without feeling like I was getting beat over the head with it.
Yes, exactly.
Because it does start to feel like he is the punching bag of the show.
Yeah.
And it is a bummer.
But it's fascinating because then they'll still show his talking heads of being like...
Oh yeah, and he's talking mama. This is what's crazy.
He's
He's
talking.
a fascinating
He's
person.
He's not being like, pity me. He's fully like, I'm out here, I'm showing my thing. I felt the audience cheer for me, and that
I want to give them better stages.
And I want to give them better. I'm gonna keep working hard on this.
Yeah.
And it's just a little, there's a little
Cognitive
disconnect. Because what you're saying is not what we're seeing.
Or in the way that maybe necessarily we're used to seeing it from K-pop idols.
But that...
I never would see... Listen, I don't know anything about C-pop. I don't know if the energy is extremely different, if there's like whatever.
Maybe it is more like Western pop where it's like you can be a personality. Yes, you can be a diva.
Yeah.
And it's like, amazing.
Yeah.
You don't have to play the parts.
But on the other hand, you're also still a trainee on the show.
There were yes, exactly. Yeah. There were just many parts that I was points where I was like, no one, not another person. Maybe they did, they just don't show it to try and be like, hey.
I think someone could do this and the show would edit it very differently because he has what it has to back it up.
Uh-huh.
And I think, let's say the show also wants him to succeed. Fine. But if Yumeki all of a sudden was like, I'm a diva and blah, 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 it would be portrayed, but it would not be the severe, I don't think. Uh-huh. He doesn't have enough skill to make it justifiable that he's like sleeping.
Yeah.
Sleeping. Let's talk about the Rose debacle. Because the point is that we're not even done with this conversation yet. There's a whole second act.
There's a second act.
Which
he
is
fights
a fight.
He fights with another member.
Now wait for this.
Uh-huh.
You want some tea?
Yeah.
Now tell me why I'm on the Namu Wiki Boys 2 Planet Controversies page, which is its own page. That's how long it is at this point. Tell me why the argument that he had is not translated correctly.
Oh.
So while I'm on the Namu Wiki Boys 2 Planet Controversy article page, which is so long, there's like 12 sections. Mm-hmm. No joke, by the way. I noticed that there is an entire section about this episode because potentially there is some mistranslation of like their argument in Chinese. Mm-hmm. I don't know all the full details because reading it, it's like 3 translations away from correct. So it's a little muddied, but there's something there that there is its own section on Namu Wiki.
That they're not actually fighting about you made a face when I...
Yes.
Okay.
It is not maybe as aggressive as if or something as it was portrayed in the show. That being said, the argument
is still a heated argument.
It's still a heated argument about a rose.
About a prop. See, that's the thing. They should have had Schweibo as the prop master.
I know this, but this is where I'm like, oh, he watched Universe League and saw Schweibo pull out a bunch of props.
That's the thing that I get from him. He is trying to do Ricky-isms, Schweibo-isms. Like, he is like, it feels... This is what's like gagging the girl. So let me just do the catchphrases.
Let's talk about it. How did you think of the performance?
Not good.
You thought he was bad.
Yeah, he did not sound great. And then like
I don't think he sounds great, but he's a sub rapper.
In the dancing, he's not with everyone.
No.
it feels like they gave him this role so that way he didn't have to dance with everyone, because he took his time to like, okay, and then now we'll jump in, which is part of the thing, like walking away and then coming back. But it looked like he was very flase-da when he was gonna join in.
Yeah.
And no one else was really. I couldn't decide on who my favorite was because
easy. This is the only one I wrote in the episode.
Is it Donghyun?
No, it's Hong Ji-hao.
Oh, Beyonce. Yeah.
Beyonce. Mama, the serve going on. Does it match the song? No,
but she's having a great performance.
It is the performance of the episode.
Yes, she's performing at Coachella or Lala or something.
Can I be honest?
She's somewhere.
Can I be really honest with you
about this performance or Hong Ji-hao?
About
or Kill the Romeo?
About all,
Zero base one.
All.
At
all. Zhang Xing had my second favorite performance in this episode because he has star quality. And I don't... when we say... Okay, there's a famous game. Not a famous game. There's a famous game called Star or Actress. And you say, famous woman, is she a star or is she an actress? Sometimes they're both.
Sometimes they're both.
But sometimes, like Gwyneth Paltrow, star or actress. Star.
Not Nicole actress. Kidman, star or actress.
Both.
Brie Larson, star or actress.
Amy Adams, star or actress.
Actress.
Yeah. I love Amy Adams, but
yes.
that's not a
Okay, so you think if you had to pick
if
star
I was
or
like
actress,
star or idol,
I'd pick star.
Star.
But here's the thing. Okay, Adam, I think here's where I think we do disagree.
Yeah.
I think just because you have a face like was drawn in a manhwa,
it truly has nothing to do with that.
Or just like because he is standing there with this rose and there is nothing. There is nothing coming through.
Listen, as much as I agree with the fact that it is bonkers to be like, the beginning of my rehearsing is going to be creative development. It's actually crazy. He is the only performer of all 7 performances that we watched that did anything out of the ordinary, that like took it in a direction that was not intended. And I actually do think most of them worked. But I think like I don't know if he would be good in K-pop. I want to be so clear.
Yeah.
I don't think that is the requirement of being in a K-pop group, especially on a survival show. This juncture here in mission 1, by the way, first mission, is simply, can you learn it? Can you do it? That is the only thing that we are looking for at this moment, okay? He has actual creative instinct. I do think within him lies a performer. Do I think it would be better suited in another venue? Probably. But I kind of was gagged that you get so used to being like, everyone is doing the safest thing because they're just doing what is asked of them.
They need to look stable, or they need to look,
correct.
Yep.
And he did not do that. He took a risk, and I thought it was interesting. I'm not saying it's perfect, and I'm not saying like I want all idols to do this, but like, listen, in an industry where people constantly are talking about how K-pop is just a machine.
It's just a machine. Everyone does the same thing.
Equates all of these performers with robots.
Why not
doing something actually out of the ordinary and shocking? I was like, wow, this is crazy.
Yeah.
In like an interesting way.
Okay.
I was kind of gagged. The performance was also bad.
Bad.
But overall, the whole group was not great.
It was not a good performance.
No.
They were the worst performance of the 10, I would say.
I would say that's probably true. But it was it was for sure the most memorable package.
Oh, for sure.
Oh, for sure, mama.
For sure, mama.
Yeah.
Whiplash, which was arguably probably the best performance, had half the length of time.
Yeah.
You know.
Should we move on to Team 1, or did you want to say who your favorite was?
I didn't really have a favorite. I mean, like, Donghyun A was probably the closest one, just because he felt the most solid as like, I don't have to worry about him. Everyone else, even though I did think Ji-ha was also really good, he felt a little too. I needed to be like tightened up just a little bit, because he wasn't.
And you know what?
He wasn't reading.
Here's the other thing. I still like Show. And I know people are going to be like, Show's a little twerp. Yep.
Yeah, he is a twerp.
He is a twerp.
He is a twerp.
And guess who was a twerp when I was like 17 years old?
He is you.
Are you joking?
He does represent the twerp community for sure.
Yeah.
He is a twerp. I just didn't think his vocal and his dancing was strong enough.
He was main rapper. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. I didn't think that was enough to carry him to like me like root for him.
Correct. No, you're right. That's why I didn't name him as my favorite. But
if there was anyone to root for, I think in this group, for me it feels like it is Hong Ji-hao, just because she's honey.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And Dong Hyun-ae, because he is like, oh, because Dong Hyun-ae is like the like flippy one.
Yeah.
He does the flips.
Yeah. Oh,
Dancing Diva.
I feel like half the cast is doing flips at this point.
Well, anyone that's like left over from Sea Planet.
Sea Planet is doing flips. Because
Okay,
they were all in the Cirque du Soleil show, where they were doing the like the girls with the like the strings.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's talk about Team 1. So we have Yang Hee-chan, Oh Juno, Shui Suren, Tatsuki, Rion, Sen, Lee Ji-hao, Zhang Shenyu. Okay, first of all, I want to say, Oh Jun-ho, let's give him a large round of applause. He has the highest point total of anyone in this entire round.
So he did the best, according to points.
He beat his competitor the most.
Yeah. Okay.
Who was Kim Hyun-seo, who was not memorable. So that makes sense.
The story here was really interesting because Shui Suren was struggling to be the leader. And to the point where Hee-chan was kind of like backseat backseat leading, I guess. Leadering. And Suren had to be like, I would like for Hee-chan to be the leader. And Hee-chan was like, I would gladly take that up. I just want to make sure that's okay with everyone. And Lee Ji-hao, who was like Suren's like, who was basically his number one campaign manager.
Yeah.
They kind of do this funny editing where it's like, well, I believe that Suren has the right to decide this. So yes, I agree.
Yeah.
Because I don't think he is the perfect fit for the leader. And then it ends up just being a Hee-chan, this is how I was a great leader.
It's
crazy.
It's just we're all best friends and everybody loves each other and everybody loves his leading style.
What's interesting with this one is like I think Hee-chan and probably Ji-hao, because Ji-hao's from Boy Story, like they're the ones that have debuted, but like Hee-chan is like actively like being like, you know, he was just on a tour before, so it does feel like he has a real grounded instability that I think without him, this team would not have been successful.
I
at
agree.
all.
I agree.
I thought this performance was really good. I thought it was a solid performance. Obviously, it was up against a not solid performance. But
who is your...
in overall like performances, I would rank this pretty high because it was like a solid Kill the Romeo performance.
I thought, you know what? I really liked that they all looked really comfortable.
Yes,
in this
no
song.
one was. Yes,
everyone
absolutely.
looked like they were
Even
having a good time.
Rion was probably the one that looked the most nervous, but he had a lot to do, and he like a lot, and he's not even main vocal, which is.
Can I tell you, he was sub vocal 3,
right?
And I swear to God, he sang half the song. It was crazy.
It was so weird.
It was so weird.
He sounded great, very beautiful, but like he was probably the most nervous out of everyone.
I think he sounded good. I would like him to open his mouth when he sings. But I felt like just like a...
Sen was the only one, spoiler on the, I mean not spoiler, but Sen was the only one who didn't beat the counterpart in the other team.
Yeah.
And he just like had nothing to, there was like nothing in this song for him.
Sub vocal 4 you didn't feel like it had a lot to do? I'm shocked.
I thought Hee-chan was the best.
I did too.
Like hands
my
down.
second one was Lee Ji-hao.
Yeah, totally. Totally. They did a great job.
But I mean, he was leader and killing part.
Yeah.
But
this was a great showing for
Hee-chan.
Great.
Yeah,
for sure.
He did really well.
I could see him.
Dakabi's own.
I could see him kind of getting a little Jongwoo narrative because Jongwoo ended up being that leader
That's
narrative
true.
for the whole show. So I could see kind of, because they really show that he is a capable leader and likes doing it.
Listen, when they were like, he made it really organized, I was like, oh, man after
Man
my
after
own
own heart.
heart. Okay, let's go to Whiplash. Dear
Whiplash.
God.
Here we go.
Team 1.
Team 1.
This is
Here
the
we go.
Avengers. We've got Kim Jun-seo, Lee Sang-won, Jo Won-shin, Lee Leo, Shu Ching-yu, Kim Gon-woo, Yoon Min, and Yamaki.
Yamatter.
Take it away.
So Sangwon is the center, the
Sangwon
killing
is the
point,
center,
but
the killing
he
part.
is not impressing in the midday
Yeah, the mid-afternoon.
5-hour
yeah. Mm-hmm.
evaluation.
Mm-hmm.
To the point where like Kinky had to be like, can we watch that again? He made him do it 3 times, and then he was like, okay, yeah, I couldn't figure out who was the killing part, and I guess it was you.
Yeah.
There was nothing that like made it feel like it was like you stood out.
Yeah.
I think it's because the killing part ends up being the fan out Whiplash.
Yeah.
That's the true killing part.
Yes.
But because they have to distribute more lines to them,
yeah.
now they have added that pressure of like, or that responsibility that like every time you're on has to be a killing part. But it's like
Yeah.
just the repeat of one look given Whiplash. That's not killing part behavior.
It's not inherently okay. What's crazy to me too is I feel like in the original aespa song, obviously we literally just saw
We
it
just saw it at
at
KCON.
KCON. Don't all 4 of them do it at
Yes,
one point?
they've all, yeah.
Like the song is so long and it repeats it so many times. I think each of them have a moment where they
Mhm.
get to lead the Whiplash. It's also a song for 4 people that has now been divided into 8,
8.
which is bonkers
That's
when
why
you think about it.
That's why Yumeki just says like, yeah.
Yeah, Yumeki has nothing to do with it.
But here's the thing. This is how Yumeki is going to debut in this group. Because he's going
By
to be
doing
main
nothing.
dancer and
Yeah.
then getting like 2-3 vocal lines. And he's
We'll
not going
see.
to complain. No one
We'll
else is
see.
going to complain. So
That's true.
But he ends up proving himself. But there is this little story that they're trying to create
that they're trying to create. It feels
between the 2 centers.
I'm sure they are very cordial and familiar and like each other a lot.
Yes,
right?
I'm sure there is like
Sure, they're
genuine
perfectly
friendship.
friendly.
Yeah.
The show is trying to recreate Haobin, and guys, I hate to tell you,
It's not in the
it's
show. The show
simply
is not going to have.
It's not going to happen.
It's not going to happen in the show.
The reason
it's
why
not going to happen
we all
again.
lost our minds about Haobin is because it happened organically.
Or happened organically. It first of all, it happened not in our eye. Like it happened when they were chosen as the 2 centers.
Well, I read the novel, and it happened.
It was actually predestined.
It was in the laundry room when it happened, but yeah.
Well, that's what I'm saying. We don't see
Yeah.
when that friendship actually starts.
But those with the eyes to see,
Do see. Well, like I think Hanbin has said it. Like in the times where we would travel together to do the practice for the center part in the Big Signal song, like when it would just be us 2. That's when we got to know each other.
Mhm. Yeah. So, and he wasn't the center. Sangwon wasn't the center. It was Gonu.
They are retconning it to make us believe like, no, Sangwon was always the center.
Guys, what do you mean? Sangwon was the center.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Who's the Gonwoo?
Gonwoo? I don't know her. I don't know her. It's crazy.
It's crazy.
It's
you would not
crazy.
think. You would not know that Kim Gonwoo was in this group.
I know the editors are working 24 hours, night and day,
Uh-huh.
to fix everything that's coming out in
Honestly,
real time.
the most overworked people in this world are Marvel VFX editors and Boys 2 Planet editors assigned for Kim Gonwoo.
Yep. Correct. But they have a little moment.
They do. Anshin
like,
does. Okay, because the girlies came out and was like, it's so funny that you say that Anshin's like an introvert because he's actually ENFJ. Like he is super extroverted. It's just the show doesn't see
They
it.
did not like that I called him an introvert,
Yes.
so I do apologize.
Yes, but I will say, guys, if the show doesn't show it, it's hard to. Do you know what I mean? Like,
I do think you could. It would be understandable to just watch the television program Boys to Planet and believe that he is an introvert.
yeah,
Because we show him they never show him
interacting with
anybody.
other people.
Even when
This is
he's interacting with him in this, it's
Yeah.
not like
It sounds like
extroverted energy.
Kiki Kaka. No,
Right.
he's like going up and he's like,
Yeah. Sungwon for sure is an introvert.
oh yeah, girl.
But he's
Sung-
honestly, he just has the most soft
Yes,
like,
Sangwon is
emo boy energy.
performative male boy
Yeah.
contest winner,
Yeah.
Wicker Park,
Yes.
or
Yes.
like Midtown or whatever.
He is like
Brooklyn.
He's like talking
Brooklyn.
about how he's drinking matchas.
He is constantly drinking matchas. He is reading a J.D. Salinger. He's got a tote.
Oh God.
He's got a canvas tote.
Yeah.
I don't think he's like a douche,
No.
but
no.
he is reading like self-helpy type, not self-help, philosophical.
Yeah. Yeah.
The Alchemist.
He seems thoughtful.
Yeah.
I mean, he was writing in his little journal last week.
Right.
His little dear diary.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dear Mr. Henshaw.
Yeah.
Who do you live for in this?
Okay.
Who is your MVP?
Everything that I've just said, Lee Sang-won. Lee Sang-won ate this. He activated.
It's crazy because
he.
it starts with them up the dress rehearsal,
Yes,
which
yes.
is right before they film.
And Kanye is fully like, this is not all-star behavior. You guys, I'm so disappointed.
Yes.
I personally am
Yeah.
disappointed in this group because you are supposed to be the best
Mm-hmm.
in this whole program. And you're all a mess.
Yeah.
And I will say, in the performance, Sangwon fully activates. He comes alive. He is like
Mm-hmm.
the thing that you said about your star quality of He Jung-shin. This is what I mean. I think Sangwon's performance on this stage.
You mean the objective star quality of He Jung-shin?
Yes.
No, we're all talking about it.
Sangwon's performance in this Whiplash is I think the best individual performance of this entire round. He is like fully in it.
He is for sure. Let's say this because it's so hard. I mean, it's so hard to compare all these parts, but
Right.
he is easily the best killing part of the 10 performances.
totally,
It's
totally.
probably him and Jung Hyun-jun.
Yeah. Well, you're just biased.
I am a little biased,
Brightly
but
biased.
they are so
But they are so
perfectly
perfectly
cast in the
in
song
their
that
thing.
they are doing.
Yes, and they
Because
and they
the
are,
best part about his performance in this is his like eye roll
eye
every
rolls.
time.
He's doing Whiplash.
He's doing Whiplash.
He's doing Whiplash.
And we'll talk about it, but Kim Daniel is not
doing
that
Whiplash.
energy.
No.
He's not
He's
doing
not
bad,
bad,
but he's not
but
doing
he's
this.
Someone personifies
Yes.
Whiplash.
It is
And it's
is
very
actually-
impressive for a boy like a male performer to do this.
Yeah. I think the thing is like I don't actually feel like they boy choreoed the song.
No, I think Team 1 did boy choreo the song, or Team 2, or
Team 2 did. I think
Yeah.
there are individual people on Team 2 that did not.
uh-huh.
We'll talk about that.
They were us, but
Team
honey.
1, I do feel like by and large didn't boy choreo the song.
No.
Some of them did,
Some of them did, but fully. But I just,
but it was like two.
I don't
people.
think. I just. We'll
But I
say
think-
Leo. Leo doesn't have the swoosh in his hip. I don't think.
okay, but I disagree. Okay, here's what I.
He does like a cunty like.
He sounds great.
He does the yeah.
He does the like
He does the shimmy. Yes.
the shoulder shimmy, and I was like, oh.
Well, I mean, if you're talking shoulder, I'm sorry. Back to Lee Sang-won. Lee Sang-won ate this shoulder shimmy up. It was like
alive. They're actually doing like boy crush.
Yes, they're doing the
Someone
boy.
specifically
Yes,
is doing like
I'm doing the boy version of Espa.
boy version
Boy
of girl
spa.
crush, and it's fascinating.
Yeah,
because that doesn't exist.
I know
in
that's not a
K-pop.
genre.
It's not a genre.
I mean, you. Yeah.
So, and
Pee-pee
without
crit.
without it, but kind of, but like without it feeling like, oh, it's like there can be a feeling of, oh, I'm just trying to do what Aespa does.
Yes, right. I'm just doing Blackpink. I'm just doing Aespa.
But
yeah.
that's not what it is either. It's actually, it's really good.
It's yeah.
It really does remind me of Kill This Love from last
I
year.
know. I know.
In the way that they just kind of like became the song.
Yes, I think Sangwon ate this up,
I do
chewed
too.
it out.
I did too.
He was my favorite. I think my next favorite is.
Please say Joan Shin.
Okay, so my third. Okay, Zhou Shin is I wrote 3 names.
Uh-huh.
I wrote Zhou Shin is the second name,
Uh-huh.
and I wrote Kim Jun-seo as the third name. I have, guys.
I'm
I
going
don't.
to say
oh,
let me say this about Kim Jun-seo.
Wee Eye Twink, who we referred to as Wee Eye Twink when we watched his BL.
I want him to
There are a lot of very attractive people in the show.
Plenty of fish.com, honey.
Him in this performance is truly
a man.
That's
A
sexiest.
man. That is a man who wants me.
Oh,
guys, did you know?
Did you guys know?
Did you guys know?
Yeah, he is so sexy in this.
He's so sexy. I honestly think the whole Gonu thing is so crazy because he's not bad in this.
He's not bad in it.
Nope, not bad at all. Not anything super memorable.
The dust is settled.
That's why I was on the Namu Wiki page. It said it was like the initial tweet thread was deleted, the article was deleted. There have been people now have come out and said like a lot of it was really exaggerated. I don't know. I don't know.
The thing.
I don't know anything.
Yeah, but that's the thing. That this is the spiral and the swirl that will always happen at the top of every produced show.
We'll see in the. So we'll see when
we'll see what happens to him.
What happens next?
I think he'll probably make it to the end, and then
we'll see. Okay, that's team 1.
Yeah.
Team 2.
Team 2.
Should we talk about them?
Mask Spa.
Bang Chun-hyuk, Kim Daniel, Fan Jae-yi, Sun Ji-young, Lee Sung-baek, Peng Jin-yu, Kim Jae-hyun, and Rensho.
You said
Jesus
Rensho for
God.
last. Okay, so Kim Daniel is the center.
He is the center because he's tall.
He's tall, and
that was
the end
not
of,
even me making a decision. Joke. That is the reason.
And then they got to the midday
5
evaluation
call. Mm-hmm.
And they were like, "Oh, he can't dance,
and he can't sing. He can't do
tall.
either.
He's tall.
He's tall, Dorothy.
He's visual. That's his
he
position.
Looks great.
Yeah. So Rensho and Sung-baek are now like, okay, we're main dancers, but we want to try for the killing part as well. And they also do it. And Jun-hyuk, who is the leader, he's like, I think we should give Daniel a chance. I think with the concept of what we're going for, he really is the right center visually. And I think he'll work hard and do it. And he does.
He does. This is no shade.
It's no shade. He surprises everyone. He surprised Kani and Hyolyn.
He did very well.
He did really well.
I still think it should have been Rensho.
I still think it should have been
Rensho would have done been giving the
Rensho could have potentially, if it was individual performances, could have given Sangwon a run for his money. I think Sangwon.
I think it would have been closer.
Yes, it would have been a lot closer. I think Sangwon, because he has the extra star quality, would still beat Rensho, but Rensho would have fully been performing.
Yeah, I think that they're probably right in that he is the tallest one in the team. So visually, it does make sense for him to be the one that He already stands out.
Yeah.
And because of that choreo, specifically the way it is, like it would look a little awkward probably. I don't know if that's the best reason in the world to keep it, because they still didn't end up winning.
Yeah.
So it's like, what would they have lost by trying something out? But they did well. They do well. Who is your favorite? It's Rensho, right? I mean, it's Rensho. It's Rensho, right? Is it not Rensho? Is it Peng Jin-yu?
You don't count out our divas, Adam.
Peng Jin-yu?
Peng Jin-yu and this broom on his head.
I underlined them both.
I literally wrote Rensho and Peng Jin-yu. So Peng Jin-yu, she's our diva who was like, I was viral when I was a little kid or whatever, right?
Sure, I don't know.
And him and Jae-young are like the two. Oh, there's 3, and Jae, they're all star C planet that went down to 1 star. Peng Jin-yu was diva. He literally went.
Correct.
He was snatched, like literally snatched.
I mean, when you look at who won on each one, it was like, oh, who served more cunt?
Yeah. The girlies were looking for cunt.
And the people they thought served it won.
Uh-huh.
Do you think Peng Jinyu, because he was up against Kim Jun-seo, do you think he was better than Kim Jun-seo?
No, because I think Kim Jun-seo had the scar quality.
Sir, your answer.
Jun-seo had the star quality. I think Peng Jinyu was a bit more animated and expressive.
Mm-hmm. But
But Jun-seo
Jun-seo's
knows
the
that he
hottest
can
person.
serve
He's
his
so hot.
face, and
It's so
that's part of the
annoying.
charm.
I hate it. I hate him. I hate him. I hate him.
I hate him now.
So they do 4 and 4. That's how
Yeah.
that shakes out.
Okay. Give the stats.
Here are the official scores. Kill the Romeo with Team 1 getting 1302 and Team 2 getting 838, so Team 1 wins. S-Class, Team 1 has 1256, Team 2 has 957, Team 1 wins. Rising Sun, Team 1 has 1268, Team 2 has 652. Team 1 wins. Whiplash, 1093 versus 956.
That's the closest one.
That's the closest one. Team 1 wins. And Plot Twist. Team 2 gets 1143. Team 1 gets 989. So Team 2 wins, tripling their bonus score. Just for fun, as I said, Rising Sun Team 2 got the lowest score on both the audience and the team, or the individuals and the team and the overall. The highest individual scores was from Team 1 Rising Sun. The highest team scores was from S-Class Team 1. And the highest overall score was from Kill the Romeo Team 1. Which I thought was very interesting.
Yeah. So this is our current top 8, our lineup. He Shin-long. It worked on me. The Umbrellas. Andrew Han. This voice played in my head as I had a migraine. Okay?
And it cured you.
And
the Excedrin.
Yes, and the Excedrin cured me. It haunted me for an entire evening. Haunted me. Lee Sang-won, obviously.
Yeah, I mean, it would be very silly to...
He truly is he is such an it boy, performance-wise, but then also his personality is just like, he's such a real person. If it's fake, if it's doctored, if he created this persona, props to you, because it's...
Give him an Oscar too, why not?
It's so relatable. So I'm like, even if you did create this, it's the right personality to pick.
Yeah.
Kim Jun-seo. Chen Kai-wen. I'm not giving up on him. He was still my favorite in S-Class.
Okay.
Joan Shin. Kang Woo-jin.
Oh!
Yeah.
Wow!
I think...
Come on over to the dark side. The water's great.
Kang Woo-jin. Okay, your words of there's going to be one bright energy. And bright means two ways. One is bright, like a smiley, bright.
Jung Hyun-jun.
And for me, I'm going to pick Kang Woo-jin. I think he's going to be my placeholder for that spot. And then in the other side of the meaning of bright and how we use it. Someone that Kanye might appreciate. I've had to really figure out who.
Sons of Ki.
Who is it that I sense diva-ness from? I mean, I am getting it from Joan Shin for sure already. Like just diva energy. But if I were to just...
I don't get that. That's interesting.
We'll talk. If I were to invest in like, I'm going to support... It's going to be Bo and Chen. I don't know what to tell you.
Wow. That's not the name I thought you were about to say.
I know.
Wow, interesting.
Because I think I said I was gonna go all in on Shu Qingyi, but he did not. He was not.
He didn't carry.
He didn't carry in Whiplash.
know.
He did a great job in Whiplash, but he was not coming through.
Yeah.
He was not coming through.
Yeah, it's tough.
And I think he
had
got
one line.
he had one line. I think the line position was hard, and this was a really tough group. I
Yeah.
mean, amazing that he's gonna be in M Countdown and Studio Choom.
Yeah.
So I hope that helps boost it.
Uh-huh.
Because I know I'm on limited time with Bowen Chen. Because I don't know how well he's gonna do in the votes.
I know.
I'm gonna do Bowen Chen. That's my 8.
I'm going to pick 10% of the people that are currently on the show. Cool. That's annoying.
What does that mean? Oh, because there's only 80 people.
There's 80 people. I'm going to pick 8. My number 1, I'm still holding true, is Jung Hyun Jun. I don't know.
You're unwavering.
My love is undying.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Oh my god, this is so
I know.
hard.
Because there were so many people that I didn't get to pick Harry Jun or Hee-chan.
For sure, here's people that I'm like, we're falling off. We're parting ways. I'm parting ways with Yameki. This is no shade.
No shade
to
on Yameki, because I met
but
her.
I don't.
Other shining boys.
I just think I'm more interested in other people.
Yeah, that's fine.
And I think we should start seeing other people in Yameki.
That's okay.
So that's not on my list, by the way. That was the point of that. Number 2 is Jung Fan. I think he's so solid.
He's so solid. He's so talented.
And if the only thing is just that he has to learn Korean, okay.
Yeah.
That's it.
Girl, Schreibo debuted and he barely still knows Korean.
Slay.
And I live for Schreibo.
I live. Okay. Sangwon. Out of left field. Okay.
Trey Lee Yu.
Jang Hanam.
Oh, Hanam, yes.
I'm picking Hanam.
Absolutely. Great vocal.
Mhm.
Great vocal pick.
I think people are really gonna hate my list. I'll be honest.
Yeah.
I think people are gonna be like, this would be a bad group. And you know what? That's between me and my God.
Yeah,
Okay?
'cause
That's my ministry.
yeah. Okay, 4 more.
Okay. Easy. Joan Shin.
Uh-huh.
Kim Jun Seo.
Uh-huh. 2 more.
Hu Jin Long.
The umbrellas of Shaborg, honey.
The umbrellas of Cherbourg really works on me, Diva. I hate to tell you. This is so hard. Oh my god, Ren Show.
Wow. Get your little short king. Actually, I don't know if he's short. Could have picked
He's
Hee-chan.
shorter than Kim Daniel.
He's shorter than Kim Daniel.
And he beat Yameki. So, to add salt to the wound, I'm picking Ren Show.
Wow. Okay, well, next episode will be our first elimination and some sports day shenanigans, I guess.
Yep.
So we'll see how that discussion will go. You can join that reaction over on patreon.com/boyslove. You can buy the Boys to Planet collection. You can join us in the combo beret level or just the idol fans.
Mhm.
It's 4 a.m. So join us over there and then we'll be back for another recap soon after that. Adam, thank you so much for sharing your thoughts on episode 4
Thank you
of
so much.
Boys to Planet. Thank you for your patience on the weird schedules this week, but we should be back in
We're
normal.
back to normal.
Back to normal. So new episodes will be Tuesday on YouTube.
Yep. Recaps on Tuesdays.
Recaps on Tuesdays. Thanks, everyone.